You're listening to the Outer Banks This Week podcast, a place for people to hear what's going on up and down the beach and to get the truth about what really goes on around the Outer Banks. So, are you ready? Here we go.
All right. Thank you so much, Wes. Outer Banks This Week podcast, episode 116. And it's all brought to you by Kelly's Automotive in Manteo. I ride by his lot multiple times a day, at least twice a day. I ride by his lot, whether I'm going north or south through Manteo. And I'll tell you, he's got vehicles upon vehicles upon vehicles out there. He's got some sheds out there if you are in need of a shed. See, at one point, I was in need of both, and Kelly was there. I needed a new vehicle. My truck was falling apart. Who was there? Kelly was there. I had too much junk, and I needed somewhere to put it. Who was there? Kelly was there at Kelly's Automotive. Yes. Check him out online, kellysobxauto.com. And of course, it's all powered by Outer Banks Pest Control. If you have nasty varmints, mice, rodents, creepy crawlies, whatever around your house, Outer Banks Pest Control can help you get rid of them. Okay. You can check them out online also at outerbanks-pestcontrol.com. Great folks, super professional. Be there in the lickety split, ready to help you out and get rid of all those creepy crawlies and whatever you got going on. Or even if it's just for like routine spraying, that type of thing. They'll get you on a calendar and get you squared away, whether it be your vacation home, your home, your business place of wherever. They got you. Outer Banks Pest Control, ready to assist. All right. Oh, gosh. We just came off a Memorial Day weekend. I pray that your Memorial Day weekend was everything you wanted it to be, that it was fun, it was safe, that you had a great time with family, friends, however you decided to enjoy your Memorial Day weekend. I hope it's everything you wanted it to be. I will say that I was actually telling somebody just the other day that I believe that this was the coldest Memorial Day weekend we've had in a while. I don't remember the last time it was as chilly as it was. It wasn't cold. Let's not get it twisted. It's not like it was in the 40s. But I believe I woke up, it was either Sunday or Monday morning, and it was like 55 degrees according to my thermometer that's outside of my house. And I kind of double checked it, with my weather app on my phone, and it wasn't but like 1 or 2 degrees off. So, again, it was chilly. It was chilly. And I mean, cloudy, rainy, misty, blowing was what Memorial Day was here on the Outer Banks. I will say, though, I did make a couple of treks up the beach on Memorial Day Monday, and there were, businesses, nowhere to park. It was nice to see that people were shopping, people were enjoying themselves, and the restaurants, were definitely full of business. It was very nice. It was definitely cool. From the little bit of driving that I did, that's what I noticed on Memorial Day Monday. But it was chilly out, definitely chilly. I actually did an exercise. I'd go to a CrossFit gym here, if you didn't know already, called Roanoke Highland Fitness Lab, and we did the Murph. Now, if you don't know what the Murph is, it's a workout that a gentleman, I can't think of his name was, last name was Murphy, and it's not Audie Murphy. I know a lot of people think Audie Murphy, but he was a Navy SEAL. He was a Medal of Honor recipient, and he was killed in action in Afghanistan, I believe back in 2005. Pretty sure that's right. Regardless, he used to do this workout, and he would run a mile, all with a 20-pound flak vest on. He would run a mile, then he would do 100 pull-ups, 200 push-ups, 300 air squats, all while wearing this vest, and then he'd run another mile. Now, I had to scale it a little bit. I got plantar fasciitis in my right foot, so I didn't quite do the running part. I did a biking part, which they like, all right, if you're going to do a 1 mile, I think it's 1,600 meters or whatever is a mile on the bike. We had to do 3,200 meters, so we had to do 2 miles. That's fine. It was still pretty challenging, but I didn't do the run part simply. Like I said, I got this plantar fasciitis thing, but I tried to squeeze the rest of it all in there, the 100 and 200. And you can partition it any way you want. You can do 20 rounds of 5 pull-ups, 10 push-ups, 15 air squats, and do that 20 times, and it comes out to 100, 200, 300, So I tried to do it a different way, and I don't know if it was the best way. I am incredibly sore today. Incredibly sore. But I will survive. It was all for a great cause, all to honor a man who gave his life for our country. So I was happy to do it. And of course, I've had friends when I was in the Army. I've had friends that I served with that didn't make it back either. So I was kind of doing it for them as well. Although I hated that I had to scale it. It was just what it was. It's just an unfortunate side effect of my body not wanting to keep up with my mind these days. And well, that's what happens as you get older. Some of you very well may know. So that's something that I did yesterday. I thought it was pretty cool. I want to shout out to my wife and my oldest son, Austin. They were actually on television. They went to Durham Friday afternoon and went to see the North Carolina Tar Heels play, the Boston College Eagles. I can't remember their mascot. I think that's what they are, the Boston College Eagles. And they were like right behind home plate. Every pitch you saw them in the shot of every single pitch. Thought that was pretty cool. So I was it's like I wasn't at the game, but I watched it at home on TV with my little one, and I was able to keep an eye on them at the same time because at one point they disappeared, and I was like, hey, where'd you guys go? Where'd y'all go? And then my wife texted me. She's like, we had to go. Line was long for food. I was like, oh, okay. Because they were gone for like 2 innings. I was like, what happened? Where'd they go? Anyway, that was pretty cool. So it was a great weekend. And I realized that this coming weekend, it starts hurricane season. June 1st starts the 2025 hurricane season. And I wanted to read off the names of the hurricanes for y'all real quick. So they always go in alphabetical order. We have Andrea, Barry, Chantal. I don't know if I'm saying that correctly. Chantal. Then you got Dexter, Aaron, Fernand. Is it Fernand? Anyway, you get what I'm saying. Gabrielle. Humberto. Imelda. 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 Yeah. Jerry. Karen, Lorenzo, Melissa, Nestor, interesting, Olga, Pablo, Rebecca, Sebastian, Tanya, Van, and Wendy. How convenient. Wendy as a hurricane name or tropical storm name or whatever. So those are your hurricane names. Hurricane season's on the horizon. Y'all, not trying to speak anything into existence. I'm not trying to, put a bad aura or juju or anything out there like people may think. But like, we really have gone quite a while without a major hurricane. It's been a while. I believe Hurricane Dorian, I was talking with somebody about this the other day, was the last hurricane. That was 6 years ago to really, really wreak any havoc on this area of the world. Personally, Tropical Storm Isaias back in 2020 put a tree on my house. That thing came in, I want to say down around like Emerald Isle. Maybe it was further south than that. Maybe it was down around North Topsail Beach or something like that, Surf City. I can't remember, but it came up and came like inward that way. We were on the east side of it, and it just happened to be windy enough, and I had a tree that was ready to fall down, and it decided it was going to fall on my house. Now, it didn't go through my house. It kind of hit the side of my house and bounced off to the side and broke, but it still did some damage to my roof. So that's the last storm that like really did anything in my yard. But hey, again, hurricane season's coming up. Just be mindful of it. If you are planning your vacation, think about the trip insurance thing. It's not a bad idea simply because if you have to cancel or you get evacuated, you'll get some or all of your money back. But if you don't get the trip insurance, you don't get none of it back. It's the way it works. It's just saying, if they offer you, if whatever real estate company you use offers you trip insurance, you need to use it. So, all right, that's enough yammer out of me. Hey, we're going to talk with Melissa and Ashley over at the Town of Manteo. We got Dare Day coming up here in a couple of weeks. Dare Day, it's 49 years of Dare Day. So we're going to talk about all things Dare Day here in just a little bit. I was trying to think about any news, and again, there's nothing jumping off the page at me, but whenever I do think about the news, the first thought is Sam Walker, obxnews.com, because Sam Walker is the answer to all news in question here on the Outer Banks. He's the Grand Slam. Woo! Sam Walker. It's Sam Walker, obxnews.com. Man, I want to thank Tom Hoggard for being on the show with me again last week, talking about the OBX Flying Dutchman. It's going to be a lot of fun this summer with this collegiate summer league that's going to be playing here. And I'm excited. I'm looking forward to going and being there and seeing what's going on and being a part of, if possible. So looking forward to all the excitement surrounding the OBX Flying Dutchman baseball team. Captain Marty's Fishing Guide is out. I have already gotten people contacting me in regards to getting autographed copies. I will be getting their copies in the mail shortly. Or if by the time this podcast comes out, they might already be out. It depends on, I got them right off here to the side. And I will be putting them out very soon, the ones that have requested autographs. If you want an autographed copy of the new Captain Marty's Outer Banks Fishing Guide, I would love to provide you with one. The captain would love to autograph some for you, okay? Just let me know. Justin at OuterBanksThisWeek.com. Justin at OuterBanksThisWeek.com. And send me an email. Hey, would love an autographed copy of the Captain Marty Fishing Guide. And I will get that done for you. Just make sure you put your address in there. I promise, not going to come to your house or anything crazy. I will put it in the mail, and it will come to you. And I'll even see about getting the captain, put a nice little personalized note in it for you as well. But hey, you want an autographed copy of the Captain Marty Fishing Guide, the best one yet? Let me know. Justin at OuterBanksThisWeek.com. All right, going to take a quick break here in just a second. We're going to jump into some shout-outs. But hey, guess who's back? Back again. Matty P's back. Tell a friend. It's time for OBX After Dark with your boy, Matty P.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy, Matty P, and I know y'all have been waiting for me to come back. And it's that time of year again where we bring back OBX After Dark, brought to you by Outer Banks This Week. Now look, y'all, Matty P's had a nice long layoff this winter. He's enjoyed his time alone. He's enjoyed his time with himself. But look, let me tell y'all where I was at this weekend. I hope y'all had a great Memorial Day. But look, it's time to bring back this segment. And man, it was a good weekend, y'all. Man, I was at the Outer Banks Brewing Station this past Friday night. And man, it was off the chain, y'all. DJ Smiles, my good friend Montrell Berry, was there spinning the records all night long. We had a packed house. The drinks were being slung, and everybody was out looking great, looking fresh after this long, cold winter. We had a couple of snows, but it's summertime, y'all, and everybody's back and ready to have some fun, man. Let me get right to it and tell you what the BPL was here at the brewing station last Friday night. Man, it was a 9.2. We're starting off strong with a good BPL, y'all. Man, that place was shaking. The booties were jumping off the Richter scale, baby. Man, look, stay tuned because this is going to be a really fun summer. I've got a lot lined up for you guys. You heard it here first. Outer Banks Brewing Station, 9.2 BPL. 4 letters, 1 word. Yeet.
The Corolla Wild Horses are a sight to see. Hi, I'm Bob White of Back Beach Wild Horse Tours, and I invite you and your family to see these majestic animals in their native habitat. Our 2-hour tours take you to Corolla's 4x4 beaches, giving you a chance to have a vacation experience like no other. Our highly trained guides provide you with a history of the horses in the northern Outer Banks and our open-air safari vehicles. We often see surf and dolphin, turtle nesting sites, shorebirds, and much more. Book your experience with Back Beach Wild Horse Tours.
The Dare County Farm Bureau Clint Godwin Agency in Manteo can help you find the right insurance coverage to fit your needs. Whether it be home, auto, or life, Clint Godwin, Mark Tillett, June Jordan, Joel Groach, Jeremy Tillett, and Ryan Mills will go to work for you to make sure that you're well taken care of. Call them today at 473-2119 or just swing by and pay them a visit at their office in Manteo. Dare County Farm Bureau Clint Godwin Agency, serving our community for over 60 years. All right, let's jump into some shout outs. Man, that Matty P, that guy. You can't do nothing with Matty P, man. He's the man. But hey, we're going to jump into some shout outs real quick. And again, you're a listener to the podcast. I'd love to say hey to you. Justin at OuterBanksThisWeek.com. We're going to start with Mr. Sean Miller. Mr. Sean is a gentleman. He and his wife, Missy, I think that's right. I wrote his name down. I forgot to write her name down. Anyway, they actually found Captain Marty at the Hatteras Village Offshore Open. They knew about the tournament, went down to Hatteras Harbor, heard his voice and said, hey, I know that guy. Found Captain Marty, met him, spoke with him, and they actually have an autographed copy of the Captain Marty Fishing Guide coming to them in the mail. So I wanted to give them a quick shout out and thank them for listening, because they listen to this podcast as well. But I appreciate them listening to the captain, and I thank them for listening to us. So, Mr. Sean, it's coming. It's coming soon. Your autographed copy of the Captain Marty Fishing Guide. Because when I mentioned this to the captain, of course, I emailed you back with a picture of the captain actually signing your fishing guide. He was tickled to death. So Marty was very thankful that you stopped by and said hello to him. So I want to give you all a quick shout out. Also want to shout out to my friends Bill and Cindy Sorokas. They're from New York, but they come down here. They have a second home here on the Outer Banks. They come down here and stay right often. They go and see my brother over at Lost Colony Waterfront Beer Garden and hang out with Dirt for a little while. Then they'll come over and see me doing trivia at McGrath's Burger Shack on Wednesdays at 6 o'clock. And hang out with me and do trivia. They're the bubblers. My bubblers is what I call them. But I appreciate them so much. They're always listening. They talk to me about the podcast, and just great folks. Okay. And I just want to give them a quick shout out, and also a little plug that if you want to come do trivia with me on Wednesday nights at McGrath's Burger Shack, I'd love to have you right there in Nags Head beside the hospital. We have a good time. Just ask Bill and Cindy. So I appreciate them. And I also want to shout out to all the local Outer Banks businesses. Y'all, we got through Memorial Day weekend, and now we embark on our summer season. And y'all, I know it's going to be busy. Y'all can do it. You got this. Just know why we're here, okay? Remember why we do what we do, honestly. And I also want to shout out to all of you that are coming here on vacation this year. Thank you for choosing us. Thank you for choosing the Outer Banks. Thank you for choosing Dare County as somewhere, or Currituck County, so Corolla's in Currituck County, Ocracoke is in Hyde County. So just all of us, thank you for choosing to come here. You could go many other places. There's lots of other places in the world, in the United States, that you could choose to go on vacation to, but you chose us, and we're thankful. We're very appreciative of you and wanting to come in. If anything I can do to make your vacation better, please let me know, because I want to do that. I want you to have the best experience while you're here, and I want you to come back year after year after year with your family and friends. Okay, honestly, I'm saying that like with 100% honesty. Please let me know how I can help make your vacation better. Let me know, Justin at OuterBanksThisWeek.com. I want to do that. All right, I believe that's all my shout outs for this week. And we're going to take another real super quick break. When we come back, we're going to talk with Ashley and Melissa over the Town of Manteo. We're going to talk about Dare Day 2025.
When it comes to general maintenance or major modifications on your diesel vehicle, look no further than Wanchi's Off-Road Diesel Performance in Kill Devil Hills. Master mechanic Ryan Walker developed the plan for having his own auto shop over 20 years ago, and today he owns the premium diesel performance powerhouse of the Outer Banks. To have him and his crew take a look under your hood, give him a call today at 252-715-0025 or find him on social media. Wanchi's Off-Road Diesel Performance, the diesel performance powerhouse of the Outer Banks.
All right, so I have packed up all of my stuff. I went about a quarter mile down the road to the Town of Manteo, and sitting here with me, I've got Miss Jamie Whitley and I have Miss Ashley Weast. I almost said East. I'm sorry. Weast from the Town of Manteo. Ladies, how are you today?
Great. How are you?
Very good. Very good. So we're here today, and I'm very thankful that y'all kind of agreed to do this for me on such short notice, because I just kind of showed up at the town this morning. I was like, hey, I need to do a podcast about Dare Day. And y'all were like, okay, I'll give you some time. So here we are. So again, yeah, like I said, we're going to talk a little bit about Dare Day and the celebration that surrounds it all and everything like that. And I believe this is the 49th Dare Day that's going to take place this year. Is that right?
Yes, according to our calculation.
Okay. So when we count, because I think I made a mistake last year. I was talking about Dare Day on my podcast, and I said it was the 49th, and I believe that I had some reassurance from the mayor, and then the mayor had it a little backwards too, and we were actually on year 48, because I was already starting in my mind to plan like the big 50th Dare Day party, you know, but that's going to have to wait a year.
Yes.
And I'll ask you a little bit more about that in just a few moments, but I got really excited. So, all right, 49 years of Dare Day. And I mean, Dare Day, correct me if I'm wrong. All right, I want y'all to stop me and change the direction if you need to. But Dare Day, in a lot of ways, it was a plural event, because I remember growing up, people would be like Dare Days, and I remember that it was realistic, and it was only Saturday, the first Saturday in June. So this year it's June 7th.
Yes.
And I was like, why is it called Dare Days when it's only on one day? Well, I guess originally back in the 70s when it got started, it was plural. There were 2 days. It was Saturday and Sunday, or was it Friday and Saturday? I can't remember.
I thought it was Friday and Saturday.
Friday and Saturday?
Because it was like a street dance.
A little closer to that microphone for me. There you go.
I thought it was Friday and Saturday. It was like a street dance that they would have, and then they have like the festival. So
okay.
And then
All
they
right.
have another street dance.
Okay, so Friday and Saturday, but like it was just a way. It appeared to me as a way to like for the locals to kind of come out and celebrate the locals, but it's grown so much that like, I mean, we're not turning away people that aren't from here to come to Dare Days. We want everybody to come and participate. So is that accurate? Is that an accurate description of how Dare Days got its start?
Yeah, it was like for the town and everybody in Dare County come out, you showcase, and it was just like a day to celebrate our heritage and everything that we do down here in Dare County.
That's okay. All right. So I was on the right track. And over the years, it just kept getting bigger and bigger. And I mean, I remember as a kid growing up, it was like, to me, it was the kickoff to summer. I mean, I knew Memorial Day weekend was, it was like, oh, that's like the last weekend before we got out of school or whatever. But like Dare Days was the party that really started summertime for me. And just all of the different things, the food vendors, the games, the parties that were taking place all over. I mean, one of the big things that the kids did growing up and still do is kind of a rites of passage was to jump off of the bridge, not the big Manteo Pirates Cove bridge, but the little bridge that goes across over to Festival Park.
Yes.
That was kind of a rites of passage. So with it being just a big party and a festival to kind of celebrate the heritage of Dare County, the heritage of the folks that live here and everything, and to celebrate the local businesses. And what are some things that are going to take place? We're 49 years deep. It's obviously been something, or 49 Dare Days, I guess we should say. What are some things that we're going to do to celebrate this year? Because it's just gotten so big.
This year, we're very excited to really make sure that we bring back the festival that everyone knows and loves. We have our vendors, we have food vendors, we have free children's activities, including the rides, games, various vendors for them to do. We're also very excited. We're working with the Lions Club. They'll be doing bingo all day. So really just fun, family-friendly activities, in addition to our wonderful restaurants and shops that we hope that you stop in while you're in town.
So the Lions Club is coming to play bingo. Okay, but now let me ask you this. Now, the Lions Club has been part of Dare Days in the past. Are they showing up? Are they going like do any sort of cooking or anything? Are they going to bring their big cook trailer?
They are.
Okay, now a lot of times they come. Now the seafood part is kind of up for debate on what they're going to bring seafood wise, but a lot of times they come packed with some sort of local seafood ready to get them fryers going. I mean, that's like, again, part of the heritage, part of the atmosphere, if I may, is a lot of that.
Yes.
Now, entertainment.
Yes.
A lot of times, I remember growing up, one of my favorite things was my Aunt Katie Cudworth used to come and set up on the stage right there in front of the courthouse and sing her ever-loving heart out. Now, what kind of entertainment are we going to be looking at this year?
This year, we're very excited. We've got Soul One will be performing. We also have the Low Tide Jam Band will be doing their debut performance here at Dare Day. A great local band we're excited about. We'll also be having a performance by the OBX Got Talent winner.
Oh, okay.
So very excited. We'll also have some steel drums, and we will have DJ Anthony over in the Kids Zone all day. So excited to have some really fun local entertainment.
Okay, so this is all taking place in Downtown Manteo. I don't think I covered that right out the gate. But so you talk about the Kids Zone. We talk about some of the different areas where things are taking place. Now, where exactly is the Kids Zone?
That will be Town Commons. We'll transform into our Kids Zone with all of our rides. We'll have some vendors out there and some kid activities. So the Town Commons parking lot will be transformed to the Kids Zone for the festival.
Okay. All right. So that part right there. So if you're wondering, parking is going to be an interesting situation all the way around. So that parking lot's going to be closed because that's where all the rides and a lot of those things are going to be taking place.
Yeah, and we have free golf cart shuttles running all day, so you can park at COA or at Manteo Elementary School and we'll have free golf cart shuttles bringing you to the downtown to enjoy the festival.
Okay, that's good to know. That's a good little point because, you got some people, they see all the traffic, they see all the cars, and it, in a way, it can scare them off. They're like, oh my gosh, can't find anywhere to park, had to leave, But if you go to the COA parking lot or you go to Manteo Elementary School, there will be people running back and forth to make sure you get to and from. And I'm sure they're going to have different drop-off locations, things like that. Now, do we know, we talked about the Lions Club coming.
Yes.
Okay. Now, is there any other different food vendors that might be showing up? Do you know of any specific shop, any little mini boutique setups or anything like that? Have we gotten any of that stuff nailed down yet? Or are we still working on that?
Yeah, as far as food, we've got a great mix of food this year. We've got Shut the Barn Door Coffee Cart will be there. We have Stick Burnin' Barbecue. We've got Stags, It's a Greek Thing food truck. Brown Family Concessions always comes out with their whole trailer full of fun carnival food that is very nostalgic that we love.
They're going to fried Oreos?
Fried Oreos, funnel cakes, fresh squeezed lemonade. What?
Oh, okay. Now you're speaking my language. See, that's the stuff I go to. I love my seafood and everything like that. But I a lot of times can get those things anytime I want them. I want some of the carnival stuff like that. That's just my go-to, So those types of things, different people. And now, over the years, the shops have been set up in a different way in the downtown. So Queen Elizabeth Avenue is the road that's kind of right there, takes you through downtown from where Marsh's Light is, I guess we could say, over in that area where the playground is, and it runs you all the way down there by the Tranquil House Inn over to the bridge that takes you across over to Festival Park. We shut down those streets. Where do the streets shut down at? Does it start at is it Lord Essex Avenue?
Yes, Lord Essex.
Okay, and then all the way downtown, that's just all for walking. Okay, that's good to know. It's a nice little point to make. Now, where's the stage going to be this year? Do we know where that's going to be for the entertainment and stuff? Because it used to be in front of the courthouse. Are we still going to do it in front of the courthouse, or we're looking at a different spot?
This year it'll be at the Waterfront Park over by the Maritime History Museum. So if you would like to bring a chair and enjoy, but we're hoping we'll have some more shade over at the park.
Okay. So that's actually a nice little point to make because I remember, there's been different setups over the years. And I remember there was 3 different stages one year. There was one over at Magnolia Pavilion. Mm-hmm. There was the one right there, the main stage, which was right in front of the old courthouse, which is now Dare Arts. And then down there by George Washington Creve Park. And I remember I had to MC it one time. I had to run back and forth to each one of the stages, which was fine. I was okay to do it. But it's okay, so we have one main stage, and it's going to be over there at Creve Park and right there by the Maritime Museum. And that's where you're going to find, because I like that. And here's why I say that. It can get blistering hot.
Yes, we have learned.
Right. We thought about that. So we were like, yeah, let's put them over where the shade is, where the trees are.
There you go. And people can get up in the shade if they need to. And you're not sitting out there and it's just the sun beating you to death. That's a good thought. Good way to lay that out. Now the shops. Now, are we going to have downtown, the downtown street right there, Queen Elizabeth Avenue? Is that going to be are there going to be different vendors and crafters and all their stuff down there, or how's that going to be laid out?
So we'll have some vendors along Queen Elizabeth Avenue. The bulk of our vendors will be along the boardwalk.
Okay.
So you can walk along the boardwalk and see the vendors. We'll also have some at Town Commons, some at Magnolia Pavilion, and we'll have a few at the park as well.
Okay.
So it'll be spread out throughout the downtown. All
right. So it all takes place right there in downtown Manteo. So we encourage people to come and participate and be a part of and come and just have a great time, because honestly, it's like I've said, when I was a kid, I had an absolute blast at Dare Days every year. Every year, it was just got to get downtown. And we did everything we could, and we stayed downtown. So what time are you going to shut down the streets? Well, not what time you're going to shut down the streets. I know you're going to do that early. What time do the festivities start taking place?
The event runs from 11 to 6. We will kick off the live entertainment at noon, where we will do our presentation of the Citizen of the Year.
Okay.
And then we'll have live music and activities the rest of the day over at the stage.
Do we know who the Citizen of the Year is?
It will be announced at the festival. So it will be a surprise for the whole community.
We can't talk about that right now? No?
Not yet.
You can't give me a hint? No? Okay. All right. Hey, look, they got it under lock and key. I was going to see if I could trick them real quick, and then I have to go back and edit this out of the podcast. See? So anyway, yeah, so that's part of it. I know that the commissioners are out there, mayor's out there, does their little speeches and everything like that, talks about some different things. And then it's just a big party the rest of the day.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. So we did say that this is 49 years of Dare Day, 49th Dare Day. Next year's the big 5-0. All right. Any y'all want to maybe like talk about what y'all thinking about for next year, or is that something that we've got to like anticipate, sit on the edge of our seats and wait for?
It's going to be bigger and better. That's all you need to know.
Bigger and better. Okay, you heard it. Jamie said bigger and better, and that's all you need to know. Okay. Well, ladies, did we leave anything out? Did we cover everything? Is there any special shout outs we want to give to anyone? Anybody in particular? Anything? Did I leave anything out? I don't want to leave any mental stone unturned. When I do this stuff, I want to try to be as thorough as I can.
And we appreciate that.
Right. So,
No, just a great community festival. We're excited to, invite everyone to Downtown Manteo, and it should be a great day.
Okay, praying the weather will hold out and be just fine for everybody.
We don't even talk about that.
We don't talk about that. Let's knock on wood real quick.
well, we can shout out. Well, we'll do a shout out to Miss Linda Midget because she was the one who kept it going. I said, rest in peace. We love her. I said she was the one that when the Dare County gave or decided they weren't going to do Dare Day anymore and the town took it over, she was the one that grabbed that torch and ran with it. So she's always, and you think of Dare Day, you think of Linda Midget.
That's what I was going to say.
Big shout out to Miss Linda Midget.
Amen. Because her license plate on her car
said Dare Day.
Said Dare Day.
Yes. Like she was Miss Dare Day.
She was Miss
Yes.
Dare Day.
Yes.
So, and God rest her. We miss her. And she really did get that going and really took it and ran with it. So, Well, ladies, I appreciate you giving me a few minutes. I'm going to let y'all get back to y'all's daily routines here at the town. Thank you for all that you all are doing for the town. Thank you for all that you do to help put on Dare Day. And I'm really, really looking forward to big party this year and then really starting to look at next year for the big 5-0.
You know it.
Yeah.
Thank you all so much.
Thank you.
Teachers Lair Marina in Hatteras Village is the closest spot on the Outer Banks to the Gulf Stream. Just inside Hatteras Inlet, Teachers Lair is fully loaded with bait, tackle, ice, snacks, and drinks for your fun-filled day out on the water. Want to get rigged up to catch the big one? Lee and the gang in the tackle shop can outfit you to catch whatever is eager to get hooked. To see the marina, the tackle shop, or to book a charter, go online to teacheslair.com. Teachers Lair Marina in Hatteras Village. Your fishing venture awaits.
Surrounded by water, Currituck and the people of the Outer Banks have been shaped and defined by its rich and coastal maritime history. The Currituck Maritime Museum tells the story of Currituck's boat-building forefathers, their remarkable craft, and the legacy they left behind on how to live life and thrive on the waters of the Outer Banks. Discover the Maritime Museum in historic Corolla Park, across the street from the Currituck Beach Lighthouse, and visit us online at currituckmaritimemuseum.com. Be a part of the local history at the Currituck Maritime Museum.
I haven't been to that Currituck Maritime Museum, but I definitely want to check it out. It seems like a really, really, really cool place. All right, let's jump into some events. And again, all these events can be found online at OuterBanksThisWeek.com. Just click on the events tab, and they're right there. And we've got lots of them. We are what a lot of hotels use on their websites when it comes to events, things to do on the Outer Banks. The Visitors Bureau uses our events page. We specialize in these types of things. We want you, again, it's like I said, I want you to have the best time while you're here on vacation, and we put up these events for you to go and participate in just for that reason. Okay, let's take a look here. Coming up this weekend, this Friday, looking down here. Oh, it's Dare Nights at the Lost Colony. The Lost Colony opens this coming weekend. Does it? It does. Oh my gosh. Saturday is the actual opening night. But if you're a Dare County resident, you get to go for free on Friday night. So lots of things going on with the live music, trivia nights, all up and down the board. But that's the one thing that's jumping off the page of me is Lost Colony's opening this coming weekend. Tri-Villages Market up at Camp Hatteras Resort in Rodanthe is going to be this coming Saturday from 9 until 1. Let's see. Buffalo City's doing music bingo this Saturday. Adam Nixon's going to be at Fish Head's Bar and Grill. Let's see. Let's look into next week a little bit with some of these. Open mic night at McGrath's Burger Shack in Nags Head. That's something that I think would be a lot of fun. If you feel like you've got some pipes, you got the musical ability, go belt out a tune or two. Open mic night at McGrath's Burger Shack on Monday nights. And of course, you got to come back Wednesday nights at McGrath's to see me. That's just how it's done when I do trivia those nights. Sometimes my buddy Moose fills in for me, but a lot of times it's me. Let's see here. Some things going on up in Duck next week. Also, again, Butterfly Relief. Okay, going on Elizabethan Gardens. Ride the Wind Surf Shop's doing a stand-up paddleboard yoga next Tuesday at 6:30 in the evening. Mustang Mornings at the Farm. Corral Wild Horse Fun in Grandy. So there's something going on over in the Currituck Mainland from 10 until 2 on Wednesday, June 4th. Of course, you got Jeremy and the Generations that start at 7 o'clock that night. Also, me doing trivia. So you can come do trivia with me. Then you can go hear Jeremy and the Generations at the pier. Look, at Fish Heads, I just told you how to spend your Wednesday night. I just did your Wednesday night for you. You're welcome. You're welcome. Hey, something else coming up from June 5th, and I think it's June 5th through 8th, is the 8th annual Soundside Fun Fair that goes on at the Nags Head Soundside event site from 5 until 11 in the evening. It is just, it's everything you want. It's a carnival. It's a fair. It's a party. And I'm telling you, the rides, the food, the games, it's all around family fun. That is going to be a great time. I really hope that you can make it. I know my wife's already done said, I'm going to be there a couple of times, so you might see me out there. You never know. The annual Okra Folk Festival is happening on Ocracoke Island starting Friday, June 6th at 9 a.m. And Manteo First Friday is actually going on Friday, June 6th as well. That's going to kick off the Dare Day weekend, honestly, when you really sit back and think about it, because Dare Day is the very next day. Dare Day 2025. Saturday, June 7th. It's like an all-day thing. What is it? From 11 until, what did they say? 11 to 6. So that's something that'll be a lot of fun. Soundside Event Fair, again, you got the Okra Folk Festival happening as well. The 43rd Annual Regalo Kite Festival happening at Kitty Hawk Kites in Nags Head. That's going on that entire weekend. What is this? Make Your Own Bouquet. Something going on at Buffalo City Distillery. Did I say Buffalo Silly? No. Buffalo City Distillery in Point Harbor at 3 o'clock on Saturday, June 7th. Looking on into the week after that, into the second week of June, lots of things coming up in Duck. Dare Arts has some stuff at Lost Colony, Jeanette's Pier, lots of parties going on down at the Froggy Dog in Avon, over at Fish Heads. Again, the list goes on and on and on of things and activities for things that you can do. So I encourage you to go on over to OuterBanksThisWeek.com, click on the events tab, and you can see it all in its entirety. Again, there's so much stuff going on, so many things, and it's only going to get more and more as the summertime progresses. So enjoy it, because that's what we do, and we enjoy having these parties for everybody to come and be a part of. I'm going to try to have a podcast party sometime soon. I just don't know when yet, and when I do, when I get that scheduled, y'all will be the first to know. All right, I don't know that I forgot anything. I really appreciate Ashley and Melissa for being on the show today. Next week, I'm going to go and take the show on the road to Nags Head. I'm going to go over to the Artsy Octopus, and I'm going to sit with Miss Michelle from the Artsy Octopus, and we're going to talk about her store that she has right there. It's kind of in a way across from Cahoon's Market next to Fat Boys on the beach road right there at Whalebone Junction, close to Jeanette's Pier. We're going to talk about what she has in the store, the different things, like classes that you can take, the activities you can participate in, because she has things going on. She has paint parties all the time, it seems like. So we're going to talk to her, talk about the store, talk about what she does, and have some fun with her. So that's going to be on next week's episode of the Outer Banks This Week podcast over at the Artsy Octopus. So other than that, I think I'm going to get on out of here. I'm glad you all made it through Memorial Day weekend. And I've got some busy schedules coming up. So I will be around. If you see me out and about, please say hello. I'd love to talk to you. If you're a listener to the podcast and we just happen to bump into each other and you're like, that's the guy from the podcast, would love to say hello to you and talk to you. So just let me know. That would be really cool. Would love to meet you. So again, I'm out the door. Have yourself a great and wonderful rest of your week, and I'll see y'all again next week. Good Lord willing. And the creek don't rise. Y'all take care now. Bye-bye.
This has been another radical edition of the Outer Banks This Week podcast. Be sure to like and subscribe, follow us on social media, and listen every Thursday for a new episode.